You know, that's in any level of football, you see that so often there. Those running quarterbacks, those dual threat quarterbacks, even now at the pro level, they're starting to become in vogue. But they are just so hard to stop. You got to play coverage, and then you got to worry about them taking off. And it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
Well, and we looked at the statistic earlier, Roger, before the game started. There's only 1 yard difference between Shoal's rushing and passing. Shoal has rushed for 1,019 yards, passed for 1,018. They also have running back Kent Masters, who has rushed for over 500 yards. So good running game from these Hornets as we're getting ready to kick it off here. And it will be Chester Foth on the kickoff. And it rolls to one of the up men at the 20-yard line. And that would be number 27, Alex Curran, the senior linebacker, and he's pushed out at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Grizzlies going with a short kick right there, not wanting to give up the big return, but decent coverage there, and it looks like the Hornets are going to start their first possession now on about the 34-yard line.
Now you're going to hear lots of extracurricular talking here amongst us. We have the Wadsworth coaches and the STO announcers to our left, so bear with us. We'll try to keep things moving here. There's a look at Jerry Shoal, 6'1", 170-pound senior, and he is a good one, folks. Going to have to keep an eye on him all night. I'm sure someone, Roger, from the Wadsworth coaching staff has assigned a player to just hawk on Shoal.
Absolutely. They're going to have to limit him. I don't think you're ever going to stop him, but you got to limit him.
He's going to roll out to his right, throw off his back foot, and incomplete at the 45 in front of the Wadsworth bench. It was intended for number 14 there, Dylan McVeigh, one of their leading receivers.
Yeah, they just open up with a little bootleg. They fake the handoff and roll Shoal out. But you're right, John. That is, I talked to Coach Karavik today, the defensive coordinator for the Grizzlies, and he talked about just that. They've got to have people that are assigned to Shoal.
It is 2nd and 10 from the 33. Ball's fumbled, and it looks like the Grizzlies got it. Coming out of the pile, Tyler Perry.
Wow, what an effort there Tyler Perry made, John. This was phenomenal. The snap went awry, but you look at the 5'11", 202-pound senior. Watch this. This is just a 1-2 play right here. Shoal kind of was going for the ball. He thought he had time to pick it up.
Just pounced on it.
He did not have time to pick it up, and the Grizzly defense here comes up with a huge turnover on the first series.
So here's Matt Alec under center, getting the start for the injured John Kuss. Mitch Gordon in motion to the left side. Handoff going to go snowball, hole up the middle, inside the red zone. Go the Grizzlies on their first play.
Now, one of the keys to the game is going to be that offensive line, that Grizzly offensive line that's carried them so far this year offensively. If they're able to come out and do what they've done to most of the teams that they've played this year and be physical and punch holes in that Highland defense, the Grizzlies are going to have a good chance to win this football game. It's a nice first carry right there for Jack, about 8 yards.
Snowball going to get a lot of gives tonight. He gets the toss sweep left, and he's dragged down from behind. Nice tackle made there by number 62, Miles Huska, the cousin of former Hornet Tyler, the great football player and wrestler.
Yeah, listed at 6'3", 260 pounds, too. That's a big nose guard there, Miles Huska, and he made a nice play right there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Grizzlies, probably in 2-down territory now.
3rd and 2, snowball up the middle, got it. To the 10 and the 7 goes Jack Snowball for a Grizzly first down.
Yeah, that's great. And again, the Grizzlies have some running room there. They're getting Jack with a head of steam going into that line of scrimmage, and he's doing a good job. Good job. You can see the replay right there, and they're moving. All right, see if the Grizzlies can punch it in now. Ball's going to be sitting on the 7-yard line.
1st and goal for the Grizzlies. Fullback, Snowball gets the give, lowers the head, and he's about to the 5 and falls forward to about the 3.
Very nice job by Jack, twisting and fighting for that extra yardage after the contact. getting them closer to the goal line. You can see the surge from the offensive line. And boy, he doesn't go down easy. Okay, Grizzlies coming up, 2nd and goal now.
From the 3, this will go to Boffman, lowers the head, touchdown Grizzlies. Bret Boffman with his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Puts the Grizzlies up early.
Yeah, that's a great start for the Grizzlies. Getting the turnover, getting the defense setting the offense up, and then the offense doing what they do best, ground and pound, taking it right at the Highland defense, being physical and getting in the end zone. Great start.
It will be an extra point attempt by Clay Smalley, and it is good, making it Wadsworth 7, Highland nothing.
Yeah, great start to the game, and then that's what you want to do, just like last week when the Grizzlies had the big game against Talmadge. Get off to a fast start, kind of take their home crowd out of this and build some excitement.
And of note for the Grizzlies, since Luis Escudero had to practice and prepare for the Wadsworth soccer playoff game, which took place last night. Grizzly soccer teams losing 4-0 to Brunswick, but Luis had to practice with the soccer team for that big playoff game. So thus not practicing with the football team gives Clay Smalley the place kicking duties.
Yep, so Clay very capable, going to be getting workout on the leg tonight, so that's good.
Foth kicking off for Escudero. The ball's loose at the 21-yard line, and immediately the Grizzlies are there and the play is stopped.
Yep, good. Again, that's a nice kickoff, and that one even better is going to have the Hornets starting their 2nd drive on about the 22-yard line. So nice kick, nice coverage there by the Grizzlies. Now Grizzly defense coming back out.
And you saw on our opening head-to-head statistics graphic that the Highland defense is allowing 367 yards of offense per game this season. So they like to get in shootouts and hopefully outscore their opponent. Here's Scholl in the shotgun, hands it off to Kent Masters, the junior running back. And Kent Masters is a 5'10", 175-pound junior. And an interesting note about Masters is that he is a move-in, Roger, from Park Hill South, Missouri.
Moved in from a
came a long way
away. Yeah, but did a nice job with his carry right there. Pick up about 7 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Yep, Masters came in with 550 rushing yards through 8 games. Scholl going to keep it himself, cut it to the middle, had an open hole, but the Grizzlies close it down rather quickly.
Yeah, just a little similar to a stretch play for the quarterback. He just gets the ball deep there, starts running to his left, and he's keeping his eye on that line of scrimmage. You're going to see him right here. He's looking. He sees the cutback open. He just turns on a dime and cuts back in and picks up the Highland 1st down.
Well, and his running style is really special, Roger. He seems to get faster when he changes directions. He really doesn't lose any speed, and Grizzlies there to stop this one. Scholl, one of the most versatile athletes in the Suburban League, so that great vision, and he's just a good high school football player.
Yeah, just a good athlete, but nice job by the Grizzly defense right there. It looked like big Nick Tavanello coming up with a tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 7 as the Hornets are back on the ball.
Tavanello comes into tonight with 35 tackles on the season. His shotgun, Scholl keeps it, and he is brought down immediately. It looked like Nick Miller, the senior defensive tackle.
Yeah, great play. Now this is what we need to see. We saw the Grizzly offensive line come alive on that first series. We got to see that Grizzly defense come alive, and Nick Miller right there, I've said many times, how do you take care of good skilled kids? You get after them here, and you put pressure on them and you knock them around.
3rd and 8 from the 37. Grizzlies jumped, and that'll give 5 more to the Hornets to make it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Jerry Scholl's been around a while here. He's an experienced quarterback, and he knows if you got a 3rd and 8, go on that second or third go there, and now you got free 5 yards, and now you got a 3rd and 3. So see if the Grizzlies can overcome. They can see if they can get some pressure there as you get a look.
Grizzly opponents this season are good 31% of the time on 3rd down efficiency.
He's covered.
There's Scholl in the shotgun again. And the flag comes out. They had 2 players moving before the play. Scholl's still on his feet, but that one's coming back.
Yeah, I believe that is coming back. I think we're going to have a motion penalty against the Hornets. And fortunate there for the Grizzlies. Now the Hornets are going to give that 5 yards right back. And we're going to come back to 3rd and 8 again. So you see the referee making the signal against the Hornets.
Take a look at Tom Lombardo there, the 5th-year coach of the Highland Hornets. Should the Hornets win tonight, he would get his career victory number 34 here at Highland, which would tie the all-time mark for wins as a Highland head coach.
Yeah, he's definitely a very good coach, and you mentioned the three in a row versus Wadsworth. And boy, the Grizzlies would like to change that tonight.
Lombardo came over from Menor Lake Catholic. Play action fake over the middle. It is caught for a 1st down. Good play action fake there and pass to Austin Adams, but we do have another penalty flag.
Another flag down, and I don't know if it's going to be pass interference against the Grizzlies or something else, but good pressure that time by Tyler Perry again.
Sideline warning on the Grizzlies.
So just
good pressure on Scholl there. He just got rid of it in time.
But credit Scholl. He did a nice job there with Grizzly defense draped all over him right there. He delivers a nice pass. Get a good look at the home crowd here tonight. Big crowd on hand.
1st and 10. Scholl gonna keep it. Go to the left. Grizzlies shutting him down at midfield. Loss of 2.
Boy, it's a great play by Nick Seamy here, John. He's playing the outside linebacker spot. And you're going to see him right here. He's going to keep his shoulders square. He takes on the blocker. He keeps that leverage and brings him down. And nice job. He had some support there by Chester Foth coming up into the alley as well. So that's going to be 2nd and 12 now for the Hornets.
First tackle for a loss on the season by Nick Seamy. Scholl to unleash it. Adams wide open over the middle. Boffman there to stop him, but so far it's a good connection between Scholl and the tight end, Austin Adams. We talked about Adams earlier, 6'6". He's a big target.
John, all year, boy, we've just seen some big receivers. 6'6", 225. Yeah, he is a big kid and athletic, but another one of those big receivers, big targets coming across the middle.
Looks like Highland may have to do things through the air so far here early tonight. This is a fake to the fullback, and Scholl's got all kinds of running room to the left side, heading for the corner of the end zone. He is diving forward and in for a Hornet touchdown. The entire Grizzly defense bit on that fake, and thus Scholl turned on the burners there for the Hornet touchdown.
Yeah, like any of the big skilled athletes that we've seen this year, on any given play, he doesn't need much. He gets out on the perimeter quickly right there, finds himself in space, and that's it. And, we mentioned the Grizzlies always have at least, one guy that's assigned to him, and you wonder what happens to him. Sometimes they run past him, sometimes they freeze. Sometimes he breaks a tackle, but, those great athletes have a way of getting around him.
Extra point is good by Joe Simonis, the junior kicker, who now has, there's a Cookie Monster here in attendance. We'll take a look at the touchdown again with some great coverage there by the offensive line, or blocking, I should say, but the Highland offensive line only has one returning starter from a year ago. That's senior Jacob Justin, 6'2", 270. So he's a load to handle. But back to the extra point by the junior kicker, Joe Simonis. That's his 54th career extra point, and he is second on the school's list in extra points made behind Eric Duell, 2008 graduate, who holds the mark with 85 made extra points.
A lot of extra points. Well, 7-7 now. Jack Snowball goes back with Martise Jackson.
How about a shootout?
How about a shootout?
Kick popped up. No one going to kick it to Snowball. Fair catch called for by C.J. Edwards. And luckily he holds on to it. Wadsworth will have it just across their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, the Hornets playing it safe there on the kickoffs. Again, not wanting to give up a big play on special teams. So
well, they're not kicking it to Snowball.
They're not going to kick. And you also have Martise back there as well. So Grizzlies going to start with good field position. The ball's going to be rushing on about the 35-yard line. Noticed here, John, in the middle of the field there, it looks like they put that drying agent that they put on baseball fields trying to get
after
that
the
water.
rains this week.
Will soak up some of that water.
Toss to the right for Snowball, and he's stuffed this time.
That was a nice play by the Highland defense now. You can see a lot of green jerseys coming to the football.
And we do not have Big John Hamblin out there. It's the sophomore Connor Van Fleet in his spot. Number 64 is Van Fleet.
Yep. The Grizzly offensive line, John, that's what they did so well in the first drive, and they got to get it going here again. Give Jack some room. Let him get ahead of steam going.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Snowball and the Wildcat takes the snap, and he's about a 5-yard gain there. So we saw some of that last week. The Grizzlies in that Wildcat with Snowball taking the snap.
Yeah, there's the Wildcat that we did see last week, and they just direct snap it to Jack, and again, it enables you to kind of spread the defense out a little bit with formation and still utilize the great running skills of Jack Snowball.
Don't forget Jack can throw it as well. He's 3 for 4 on the season throwing it with 2 touchdown passes. But Alec back in there, the junior quarterback.
3rd and 6.
Play action fake. And they just screen it out there to Simi, who gets the first down and more down the sideline. He has one player to beat. It's the safety Scholl, and he gets pushed out of bounds at about the 11. So a little good move, but there is a flag.
Ooh. Boy, what a great play. Hate to see it come back. They're talking to the Grizzlies. No, it doesn't look good.
They called him.
Good play call there, just.
Yeah, you got the holding penalty there, so it is going to come back as you get another look at it. But great job by Nick Tavanello. And boy, we've seen that play work a number of times this year. That little throwback screen to the tight end.
Ellen Simi, the main target all season. He has 11 receptions coming into tonight.
Big Nick, the 6'3", 226-pound tight end for the Grizzlies.
Yep. 3 receiving touchdowns for Simi this season. Now it's 3rd and 17 with the ball on about the 24-yard line of the Grizzlies. And it's going to be a pass to Simi, and it's incomplete. Simi looks like he was held by number 10, Austin Gonser, the senior linebacker, but the Grizzlies are going to have to punt.
Yeah, so good job there by the Hornet defense, helped out by the big penalty, but off the field now, 4:09 left here in the first quarter.
Even that play was open there, just a little too long on the pass, so Chester Foth will be back to punt it, averaging 37 yards per punt this season. And back to receive for the Hornets at the 40-yard line is number 30, Anthony Double, a senior. And the ball hits it about the 34, rolls out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Nice punt there by Foth, and it's going to start the Hornets on the, looks like it's going to mark it on about the 28-yard line, John. We can look at the crowd tonight, certainly a great crowd on hand. Grizzly fans across the field also coming out in big numbers tonight.
In all 4 rows of the visitors' bleachers.
Yeah, absolutely, and then along the fence as well.
Yeah, I mean, those bleachers are long, but they sure don't go up very high on the visitors' side. Scholl puts the slot receiver in motion, and the inside handoff. And it looks like Kent Masters got a few yards on the play, maybe 4.
Yeah, nice hard hit. I didn't see who delivered that, but a nice hard hit there by the Grizzly defense. Get a look at the replay.
2nd and 6, ball on the 32. Again to Masters, 1st down and more before he is drilled past the 1st down marker by Chester Foth.
The Grizzlies are being physical, but boy, they can't be giving up some rushing yards now to Ken Masters. He's, you mentioned 5'10", 170 pounds. And you know, just like with the Grizzlies attack with Jack Snowball and the Hornets with Scholl, you tend to focus on that main guy, and the other guys, you gotta keep them in mind too.
1st and 10 from the 44. Scholl again in the shotgun, takes the high snap, keeps it, and goes to another 1st down for the Hornets.
Looks like brought down by Chester Foth there. And, you can just see nothing fancy there, just a snap to Scholl, and he's gonna take that ball and head to his right and find some good running room.
Pappas and Edwards on the stop. You want to look at Coach Lombardo there, who again will tie Bob McFarland, who was here between 1968 and 1972. As Scholl keeps the carry, he's going down the sideline. He goes, and he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets. He's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need much. Boy, he has a little bit of room on the outside, and he can go.
There's a flag, though, at the 1st down marker. Let's see what it is.
Well, we saw a big play by the Grizzlies called back. Maybe it'll be a big play for the Hornets called back. The referee's talking things over.
It's a hold on the Hornets.
So another big play neutralized here by the penalties.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, I think it was the hold right there on the end on Tyler Perry right there that enabled Scholl to get around the corner. So that's going to be a good break for the Grizzlies. Going to back the Hornets up to the 40-yard line.
It's like a trick play here.
This is they call this the polecat formation. They're going to send all the linemen in the back.
It brings a timeout from the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they did that with the running back behind all the linemen, and then they put the receivers out to the right. And there's all kinds of things you can do out of that as you look at Coach Karavic. He wants to make sure that the Grizzlies line up properly and have everybody defended there. They can go either way with that. You can fling it over to the running back over on with the lineman, or you could get the snap and throw it to the receivers running down the field on the other side. So Coach Karavic choosing wisely, just talk that over, make sure he's got everything covered.
Back to Coach Lombardo for the Hornets. He was head coach for 3 seasons at Menor Lake Catholic before coming here to Highland, and he is in his 5th season with a career record here at Highland of 33-19. But again, with those 33 victories, Coach Lombardo needs 1 more to tie the school's all-time leader, Bob McFarland, who later went on to Worcester High School and was inducted into the Wayne County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Coach Lombardo definitely has done a nice job here with the Hornet football program.
2nd and 14 now Throwing it incomplete for number 27, Alex Coran.
Yeah, good job there by the Grizzlies secondary. And Coran was open for just a split second right there. Would have taken a perfect pass to get that in. So we're going to look at Coran coming back to the huddle now. Hornets have a 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14, as you said, at the 40. And Grizzlies with 3 receivers to the left. Scholl tucks it down. He's hit, then throws, and his receiver was turned the wrong way. Didn't really see the ball coming. That again was Alex Coran, and the Hornets will have to punt for the first time.
Yeah, great pressure there by the Grizzly defense, and I was happy that Scholl didn't tuck that ball and decide to take off. But good stand there by the Grizzlies. And they're going to get the ball back with 2:07 left here.
Scholl having a seat there. Scholl also an all-star pitcher for the Highland Hornets. Alex Coran, also the Hornets punter, boots it from the 30, and it's a high one. And it's caught and immediately hit after the catch is Jack Snowball.
Good job by Jack there to get the ball, catch that. You know, whenever it hits the ground, you tends to roll the other way, and I think the average is hit like 12 yards is the average when it hits. So good job to field that punt. Grizzlies in business on the 33. So important is that offensive line now. See if they can get in, start getting a push like they did in that first drive.
Nearing the end of the first quarter, just under 2 minutes to play. Here's the handoff to Snowball up the middle. Got a couple.
Yeah, they're really doing a good job up front now after that initial series by the Grizzlies, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Grizzlies do some play action or a bootleg, trying to get Alec going a little bit and loosening up that defense. But boy, the Grizzlies gotta get something going here offensively again, get that defense rested.
It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 35, 36-yard line. Simi lines up right side. Toss Snowball to that side. Got some blocks. There's Jack Snowball to midfield. And he is tackled after the first down by Austin Gonser.
Yep, that's what we need right there. Again, you got him going with a little head of steam. And, you know, Jack has an 8.5 yard per carry average. And if you can get him going with some momentum, you see Big Boffman out there in front of him. You see the guards, Tavanello, people getting on, Van Fleet, guys getting on the guys in the green. And once you get him going, it's hard to stop him.
This one to Boffman to the 40 before he's pushed back, so his momentum will stop at the 40, just short of a first down.
Yeah, another nice carry now. Oh, we do have a flag down. Back judge.
You're blocking downfield.
Go against the Grizzlies.
Say a dead ball personal foul.
Could have been somebody blocking downfield or doing something
We'll see if
that the
they show.
referees didn't like, so they're going to back him up. Boy, that's a shame because that was a nice pickup there by Bret Boffman.
Jack Snowball, 8 carries, 45 yards so far here in the first quarter.
So instead of just being about a half yard shy of a first down, now the Grizzlies are 15 yards back.
1st and 15. Snowball stutter steps, finds a little hole up the middle, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, still on his feet, carries half the Highland defense to the 42-yard line.
Wow, that's just great effort there by Jack. They had him at the line of scrimmage, really, and he just pushed that pile, twisted, got away from him. So look at that. Boy, look at that, just driving those legs, carrying those Highland tacklers. So now we're going to bring up a 2nd and 3, and the Grizzlies probably just going to wait for the quarter to change now, get their breath.
Yep. And they go to line up, and that'll be it. 1-0. End of the first quarter. We are tied at 7. So you take a look at the touchdowns there at the end of the first. And we're going to look at an Applebee's commercial.
I'm sure the folks at the Wadsworth Applebee's will appreciate that.
Yeah, or again, if you're joining us, we're taking a video feed from Classic Teleproductions, who's producing tonight's game for Sports Time Ohio, and thus you may see a few of these spots be inserted in here during the game, but we'll just keep talking. Look at the folks sitting up on the hill.
Yeah, they certainly know how to do it here at Highland. They also have great concessions.
Oh yeah,
Lots
the
of good food
kielbasi
over
with
there.
slaw.
You can't beat kielbasi.
Or with the kraut. And
Hornets are going to be offside.
yeah,
so.
it looked like number 11, Brandon Carpenter, the wide receiver and outstanding defensive player for Highland, stepped over the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, it looked like he was thinking about coming on a blitz right there. Matt Alec did a good thing. He mixed up the count and got them to jump and give the Grizzlies 5 free ones and a first down. So that'll bring up 1st and 10.
Quick first quarter statistics here. Jack Snowball, 9 carries, 58 yards, 2 first downs. And for Highland, Scholl is 2 for 5 through the air for 32 yards, and they have 5 first downs. There's Snowball down to the 33-yard line.
Nice pickup of about 3 yards, 3.5 yards on first down.
That offsides penalty for the Hornets gives them 3 penalties on the night for 22 yards.
Grizzlies just want to be methodical, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if they take a shot downfield on a play-action pass either. Hornets are really loading the box, and they got no safety in the middle of the field.
This goes to Boffman. That ever scripted quick hitter to the fullback.
Yeah, and again, it's nice because we've seen him do it all year with that running attack. You get a heavy dose of Jack Snowball, but then you get the changeup with Bret Boffman, and I know you don't have the other changeup tonight with John Kuss out of the lineup. But
right, Boffman and Kuss both good for 5 yards a pop, so maybe we'll see Boffman get a little more action than usual tonight with Kuss, again, being out of tonight's game with the shoulder injury. It is now 3rd and 1, and it's Snowball. He spins, turns just short of the 25-yard line, but he got the first down.
Yeah, it looked like he got enough.
4th down territory anyway.
We'll see. Yep, it is a first down, so the chains are moving.
There you look at it.
They didn't need much, and just that little twist and fall forward was enough to pick up that first down.
There you look at Coach Dennison. From the 26-yard line. Alec under center. To Snowball. Goes right, then to the center. And Snowball had a good hole there on the right, decided to cut it back in.
Yeah, it looked like there may have been some running room on the right, but you know, Jack does what he does so well. He's a north-south runner. He's going to get that momentum, get that steam going towards the goal line, and he did a good job there picking up about 4 yards. So see if the Grizzlies can keep coming. They're doing a nice job here on this drive.
Stretch handoff to Snowball, trying to cut it around the edge. He does, and pushed out of bounds, maybe a yard short of another first down.
Yeah, it's another nice carry by Jack. He used the stiff arm to create a little room And they're going to be close. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Coach Dennison's going to send in the play with tight end Tyler Perry.
Grizzlies just inside that red zone. Looking to get another first down. Stutter step for Snowball. Stuffed, push back. And definitely short of the first.
Yeah, let's see how short though. It's going to be about 1.5 yards. And see what coach is going to do here. Looks like he's going to keep the offense out. And boy, this is going to be a big one. You know they're going to load the line of scrimmage here.
Big 4th down for the Grizzly offense. Don't want to turn the ball over to Scholl and the Hornets here. Like to get some more points on the board here in the first half. And he got it inside the 15-yard line to the 14. And Alec on the keeper.
Nice job by Matt Alec right there to recognize that he saw the gap. He saw that he had enough room to get that first down. He lunged forward and keeps that ball in the hands of the Wadsworth Grizzlies. Big first down.
And Matt Alec getting some valuable experience in this big game. And just a junior is Matt Alec.
Yeah, they don't get much bigger than this. This is for the playoffs. So we'll carry right there for a short gain.
Well, yeah, I mentioned earlier how the Grizzlies need this one more than the Hornets because Highland has a better chance to make the playoffs with 7 or 8 wins than Wadsworth does with 8 or 9 wins.
Yeah. This one is, you know, it's not a done deal. If they don't win tonight, they don't get in the playoffs. But
well, and
you don't want to leave it up to what other people do.
Right, and you're not going to get a lot of help points-wise from beating Nordonia next week.
2nd and 9.
Snowball again in the direct snap. That Wildcat, it's a high snap. Snowball going to go to the right, cut it back in just a little bit, and maybe got a couple.
Yeah, the snap there, Jack did a good job just handling the snap and getting what he could get, but Grizzlies are going to find themselves now in 3rd and 7. Probably 2-down territory, though. See, I don't know. We don't know Clay Smalley's range as a field goal kicker. So, but they could be thinking 2 cracks at 7 yards here.
5 yards needed for the first. Toss left, Snowball, round the left end, there he goes, corner of the end zone, touchdown, Grizzlies! And Jack Snowball with his first rushing touchdown tonight. That is his 19th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Grizzlies go back up on top. So that's 33 career rushing scores for Jack Snowball. 1 more and he'll move past Jim Reynolds into 2nd place on the school's career list of rushing touchdowns.
Well, that one was big. Gives the Grizzlies the ability to regain the lead now and see if the Grizzly defense can come out and hold them. As you look at Smalley getting ready to boot this extra point.
Smalley 2 for 2 on the season in extra points and make it 3 for 3 on the season for Clay Smalley. 2 for 2 tonight, and the Grizzlies up 14-7.
Yeah, great job there. Great job as you look at the Grizzly band getting fired up, and good job by the offense taking the lead again. Good game tonight here. These are 2 good teams going at it.
So Highland looking to win its 4th game in a row and remain in the hunt for a playoff berth. They were moved, Roger, in the playoff regions from Division II Region 5 to the much weaker Division II Region 6 for the Hornets. So we'll see at the end of the season where they end up. You know, they're still going to be in. They lose this game. They're 4th now, I would think, and they have Cloverleaf next week.
I would think they won't have much trouble with Cloverleaf.
Grizzlies ate 5 minutes off the clock on that scoring drive. And they had 6 first downs, Snowball 17 carries now for 87 yards and the touchdown.
Well, if we can get him going, if we can hold here and maybe have another chance with the ball before halftime, it'd be outstanding. But it's going to take a big effort by the Grizzly defense. Where they got to keep a lid on Scholl here.
Yeah, Scholl has had games of 4 rushing touchdowns and all kinds of yardage piled up. False start on the Hornets. Jerry Scholl, number 8, the quarterback for the Hornets I mentioned earlier, a great pitcher. And last spring as a junior, Scholl had a 1.96 earned run average, struck out 42 and 38 in the 3rd innings, had a 426 batting average, scored 21 runs, had 6 doubles, and 7 stolen bases in 7 attempts. Wow. There he is. He also plays basketball for the Hornets.
Quite an athlete. Those are some great statistics there in baseball.
Play action fake. Scholl throwing and in and out of the hands of Austin Adams, his favorite target tonight.
Adams just made the common mistake that it happens to any receiver. He kind of looked before he had the ball. He didn't look it into his hands. I've heard good receivers coaches say you catch the ball with your eyes as much as you catch it with your hands. You got to look it in.
And Adams
concentrate all the way in.
Keep an eye on Adams again. He's a solid skill player with that height at the receiver position, tight end position. Scholl keeping it. He was tripped up but kept running. And the Grizzlies gonna stop him just short of the original line of scrimmage after they were pushed back a couple plays ago for a false start.
Yeah, now John, I know he didn't make the tackle, but Tyler Perry made a nice play right there on the perimeter. He kept his shoulders square. He kept outside contained, and Scholl, as a result, Scholl had to cut it back in, and that's where all the white shirts are coming from. That's where the cavalry's coming. So nice job there by Tyler Perry.
Grizzly defense needs a stop here, 3rd and 10. It'll be a play action fake. Scholl running away from trouble, looking for an open receiver, tucks it in. He's still on his feet. Got away from the pressure, and he stopped at the 50-yard line by Nate Winkler. But there's what Scholl can do.
Yeah, boy, nice job by Nick Curvin, too. Nick Curvin got that quick pressure, but he's so athletic. Even when you have 1 or 2 or 3 guys around him, he can use those legs to get out of trouble as he did right there and
here it
pick
is.
up the first down. Yeah, boy, he keeps his eyes downfield and just slips in between 2 defenders and off he goes.
First down play now from the shotgun. Jerry Scholl takes a high snap, pulls it in, keeps it, trips down at midfield, no gain.
Yeah, he tripped down, but I'll tell you, the Grizzly defensive line doing a nice job building that picket fence right up front. You got Big Paladar and Tavanello and Simi and Boffman and Byron Brown all getting their shoulder pads in there, creating a wall up front.
Oh, and Scholl really has that great football speed. He's really faster than he looks.
He is, and he's shifty, too. He's got that quick, shifty movement.
This is Masters. Maybe a yard.
Good job by the middle linebacker, Bret Boffman, right there. John Fillon attacking downhill, limiting Masters to a short gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. So, again, see if the Grizzlies can come up with pressure on Scholl. But, boy, even when you get pressure on him, he's hard to bring down.
Oh, it kind of reminds you of Gatto for Talmadge last week. He got all kinds of pressure, but he's really good at scrambling out of it. Scholl in the pocket, looking to throw, steps back. Here comes Tavanello and Simi, and they stop him. I'm sorry, that was Perry. Tyler Perry and Nick Simi on the stop.
Yeah, great job there by the Grizzly defenders and great coverage downfield. Boy, he was looking, and Scholl did a good job of keeping his eyes downfield. They just weren't open. Look, he's looking again. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. And then credit Nick Simi and Tyler Perry. Byron Brown over there as well. He's going to force a punt.
Here's the punt.
Watch for fake here.
Alex Coran. He's going to let it loose. And it hits at the 15. wise move there by Snowball and Winkler to just let that one go.
Yeah, Grizzlies back in business now. This is what we wanted. 4:07 on the clock. I think they used 1 timeout, so that means they have 2 left here, and see if they can put together a drive or come up with a big play. We haven't seen the big play action yet. I don't know if they would do it backed up this far, but boy, the Hornets are just crowding that line of scrimmage. They're playing with. Let me see. The safety's going to cheat over. Scholl's going to cheat over to the 2 receiver side.
Snowball tripped up right past the line there.
Not much of a gain right there. Bring up a 2nd and 9. This will be a big down now. See if they can get a chunk of yards on this one.
Again on the playoff points, Roger. Highland 4th in Division II Region 6. They'd like to stay in that top 4, and they would with a win here against the Grizzlies tonight. The Grizzlies dropped from 3rd to 5th in Division I Region 2. A win may move them back up into a home field game in 2 weeks. We'll see.
Yeah, this is big points either way as you look at the. Boy, he's still running. Hand off there to Bret Boffman, and Bret looked like everything was stopped, and then he came falling out of that for a nice short, at least a 2-yard gain or 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and it looks like about 6.
Talmadge with the win over the Grizzlies last week in Division II Region 5 moved from 12th in the playoff points all the way up to 7th.
Yeah, that was a big boost in the arm there for the Blue Devils.
3rd and 6 for the Grizzlies.
All right, see what they do right here. Watch for Simi. Simi's going to be on the left side at the tight end spot.
It's going to go to Snowball. And he's fighting for every inch he can get, and it gets to the 21, which is about 2 yards short.
Yeah, not going to be enough, so the Grizzlies are going to have to give this one back to the Hornets. Let's see Chester Foth come on here. See if you can get a good punt away now. This is where the special teams become so important, to get a good punt, to get good punt coverage, because they're going to get good field position out of this. It's just a matter of how good.
Yeah, and we'll see the Highland 2-minute offense with Scholl. You know it'll be pretty good. Foth gets a good one that bounces to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by the Highland defense right there to come out, go 3 and out, get the ball back in the hands of their offense with plenty of time. 1:48 on the clock. Good field position on the 43, so the Grizzly defense facing another challenge here before halftime.
This Highland offense averaging 32 points per game this season. That's the 3rd best in school history. And from a yardage standpoint, the Hornets average 380 per game. This team on track to become the 2nd most prolific offense in school history. Play action fake and a little screen back, and the Grizzlies all over it. Then throwing it forward out of bounds will bring the penalty flag for sure.
Grounding penalty. It was probably going to be a double pass. I didn't look downfield. Yeah, there were a couple of receivers downfield. It looked like it was going to be a double pass, John, and then when the pressure got there, I think it was Nick Simi, and the receiver that was going to throw the ball, he's thinking just get rid of it, but he shot-putted it out of bounds. So this will be an interesting
call. It's like the old Kenny Stabler rule. You can't forward progress the ball by throwing it out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm sure he was thinking he was just getting rid of the football and not taking the loss of the yardage.
It could be loss of down here.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the call is. Is it an intentional grounding call?
Looked like not. The screen pass looked to be backwards, like a lateral, and not.
There was no receiver around.
It's intentional grounding.
Should be a loss of down.
Yep.
All right, so it's going to. So a big penalty there is going to help the Grizzlies out, and a nice job. That was a great job. Again, I think it was Nick Simi making that big play over there, but I'm sure that was a double pass. He stepped backwards, so it was a lateral And just the fact that he threw it away.
Oh, and the Hornets really must be seeing something with Austin Adams. They're really trying to get him utilized in this offense. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Scholl looking.
C.J. Edwards comes over. Looks like they could be audibling here. Looking at the Grizzly coverage.
Running to his right, throws across the middle. It's popped up and intercepted! Nick Seamy with the interception on the deflection off the intended receiver, Alex Coran.
That's great. Now, minute 32. Grizzlies got plenty of time. See if they can come up with something, either get in field goal range. But
we
boy,
have a flag.
Let's
see. Here's the replay. See Scholl throwing. And it was tipped up by Coran, and Seamy catches it cleanly out of the air. So can't be on that interception.
No, it's going to be. They called it on the Grizzlies, but it was after the change of possession. So
a lot of penalties here in the first half.
A lot of penalties, but boy, what a great play by Nick Seamy. Heads up.
Well, if it's a penalty, it's on the Hornets because the referees are marching the ball.
Well,
it's on the
it was
Grizzlies.
On the Grizzlies, but after the possession change. So it's going to be Grizzlies ball, but they're going to be backed up to the 38-yard line. But great play by the defense. Very, very timely. And again, a minute 32 left. Decent field position.
And it'll be, here comes the call.
Come out and play again. Here we go. 1, 2.
Not sure. Well, that interception by Nick Seamy, the first interception of the season for the junior outside linebacker, and it's the 9th interception of the season for the Grizzly D.
Yeah, that was a great job. Very timely. They needed that takeaway. Don't want to give the Hornets any momentum going into halftime. Remember, the Grizzlies get the ball first in the second half as well, so got to build on something. See if they can get that ball close enough for a Clay Smalley field goal attempt, or see if they can make a big play and get in the end zone.
Play action fake. Alec wide open over the middle. He's got Gordon at the 30. Gordon headed to the end zone. 5 just tackled inside the 5-yard line on a great play call there by the Grizzly offense.
Wow, that we talked about the play action now, and I'll tell you what makes this even more impressive is that the Hornets did have a deep safety on that. They did have Scholl out there, but they're so used to watching that Grizzly running attack that they bid up on that, and the Grizzlies are moving down. There's a penalty against the Hornets that the Grizzlies are going to decline right there, defensive holding, and sometimes you get those. But boy, what a great call by the Grizzly coaches, Coach Dennison. We knew it was going to be coming. It was just a matter of when, and there was the big play action pass, and the Grizzlies knocking on the door here.
And there you see the arm of Alec making a nice touch pass there to Gordon.
Beautiful pass by Matt Alec.
First and goal, Snowball got it in. Touchdown Grizzlies. Jack Snowball's second touchdown of the night, and that gives him 20 rushing touchdowns on the season, and it does move him into second place all time in rushing touchdowns in a career with 34.
Boy, that's great. Just outstanding all the way around. Great execution, great call by the Grizzly coaches, and you mentioned what a nice pass Matt Alec throws right there. Big play.
Clay Smalley, the junior, in for the extra point, puts it up and in, 21-7 with 1:18 to play in the first half.
Wow, that was huge. Now, because they scored so quickly, minute 18 left on the clock, and this high-octane Highland offense, they definitely have a chance to do something themselves here with the football with 1:18 left. Grizzlies are going to have to stay on their toes.
There you look at Matt Alec, and These Grizzly seniors, there's a lot of them hoping to get their first win over the Highland Hornets in their high school career.
Yeah, you mentioned those seniors. Coach Dennison said, you know, as they look to bounce back after a tough loss, those seniors really pushed everybody to refocus and work hard this week.
Well, and with the kickoff here, it's short, and at the 36, Highland will have the ball, but with Scholl at quarterback, he's probably the best the Grizzlies will face. They've done a pretty good job containing him. There he is, Jerry Scholl, but their offense presents problems because he can do everything. He runs well, passes well, but Grizzlies really need to stay physical like they did the first 7 games of the season.
Yeah, right here they need to stay deeper than the deepest. Keep everything in front of you and play up on passes that come in front. Come on up, Bret.
The receiver open, and Corey Moncole, the sophomore Moncole, came into tonight most yards receiving on the Hornets with 250.
Yeah, Grizzly front now. They gotta work to get pressure on Scholl. Gonna rush 3 and drop 8.
Snap is fumbled. Scholl picks it up. He's still on his feet, throws it, and has an open receiver for a first down.
So that was one of those plays, John. Once the ball hit the turf and he got it up, it looked like he was going to run with it, and the defensive backs froze, and Scholl gets his eyes right back downfield and throws a strike. First down.
That was Nick Kruchek, the sophomore wide receiver, with the reception. Here's Scholl to throw it again. Pump faking, throws it, and it's incomplete. Pass broken up by Chester Foth at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Chester sliding over there and making a big hit, ejecting that ball out of there, stopping the clock with 50 seconds left.
2 plays ago. Well, Hornets getting ready to go here, 2nd and 10. Scholl fakes it, keeps it, and a hold going to be called on the Hornets, but Scholl was stopped anyway. Take that penalty and push them back.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a holding. Yeah. Gonna walk it off, but boy, another nice play by Tyler Perry out on the perimeter there. He found himself one-on-one with Jerry Scholl and did a nice job of bringing him right down. So it's gonna back him up. 44 seconds left. Looks like the ball's on the 48-yard line.
And it'll bring a timeout from the Hornets with those 45 seconds to play.
Yep, 2nd and 18. Coach Lombardo wants to talk it over here.
They might do that.
Never know, get that tail back because they've been leaking him in the middle a little bit.
Let's see what they do. Boy, he's got a lot of options still. 44 seconds, plenty of time.
We've missed some blocks too.
And likewise, a chess match on the other side. Coach Karavik with the Grizzly defense. You know, he's been rushing 3. Does he mix it up here and send a couple more to get pressure? This is 2nd and 18. If the Hornets have the screen in the playbook, you might see that. It's a good screen down.
And Highland offensive line there. Just one returning starter, but they do have a couple guys with some decent size. Jacob Justic, 6'2", 270. David Myatt, number 75, 6'2", 275. So
let's see what they do right here. They're going to go with 2 receivers split out to the right, 2 split out to the left.
in the pocket, Scholl looking to throw. Here comes Tavanello, couldn't get a hand on him, and then he's hit hard as he throws. Ball in the air, tipped down by C.J. Edwards as Scholl was hit hard by Bret Boffman.
He got nailed. Bret Boffman really came in, and Scholl, you can see him getting up gingerly, and that the reason why that ball kind of floated right there, because he got nailed as it came out of his hand. And boy, credit Scholl for hanging in there as long as he could. He took a hard shot to try to deliver that pass, but boy, Bret Boffman really came in there and got a good licking on. Now it's 3rd and 18. We're going to go 3 receivers to the right.
Scholl's got an arm. He unleashes one over the middle and incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Dylan McVeigh, the junior.
Nate Winkler did a nice job in coverage right there, and Chester Foth broke on the football and almost came up with an interception, but at any rate, 28 seconds left.
Yeah, you cleanly get this football. You just hold on to it, let the half end with a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, they're not even going to put anybody deep here. They're just going to bring them all up, watch for fake.
Snap. Simi comes after it, but a nice boot, and it hits the referee and goes into the end zone.
Grizzlies, boy, it's going to go into halftime here with a 21-7 lead, and great first half here for the Grizzlies. Just what they needed. Good first half, built some momentum. They got the ball first in the second half. And a lot of good things tonight.
You knew coming in this Highland team would be geared up for this one, and it's been a tough go at it for the Grizzlies, but they've executed well, giving them a 21-7 lead here.
Short carry.
Alec going to give it the snowball, still on his feet, then push back.
Jack Snowball gets 5 on first down out to the 25-yard line.
And that should do it for the first half, as the clocks are going to roll to zeros. And at the end of the first half, Wadsworth puts up 21 to Highland 7. And they'll head to the locker rooms as the Wadsworth Grizzly Marching Band comes out on the field. Back for the second half. And the Grizzlies with a 21-7 lead. Here's your first half statistics. For Highland, they had 7 first downs, 6 penalties for 47 yards. They had 154 total yards of offense, 97 rushing, 57 through the air. And the leading rusher was the quarterback, senior Jerry Scholl. He had 7 carries for 64 yards and Highland's touchdown. And Scholl throwing the ball was 4 for 14 for 57 yards and the interception. For Wadsworth, 7 first downs and 4 penalties for 46 yards, 180 total yards of offense, 123 on the ground, 57 through the air. The 57 through the air was the 157-yard pass to Gordon from Alec. Snowball, 21 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Jack Snowball with that 100 yards on his next carry should become the second all-time leading rusher in Wadsworth football history.
Yeah, really a great first half there for the Grizzlies, John. And statistically, you know, remember that touchdown, that long touchdown run by Scholl got called back. Grizzlies have really done a nice job of limiting what he did in the first half and doing enough with their starts with Jack Snowball and big pass from Matt Alec and catcher Mitch Gordon mixed in there. But great first half for the Grizzlies, and they're going to get the ball here first.
Yep, so Jack Snowball after this evening as a fair catch is called for and fumbled, but the Grizzlies do pick it up at the 40. Boy, right off the numbers. Of number 14, Eric Yetzer, but he did pounce on it. It'll stay with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, hustled back to get it, and a couple of the Hornets there were hustling so much so that they ran past the ball once it bounced off and rolled a little bit, but nice job by Yetzer to jump back on that thing. Grizzlies are in business now. They tried that little short kickoff, so the Grizzlies are going to have good field position. It's going to be on about the 36-yard line.
So Jack Snowball, after it's all said and done tonight, will be over 2,800 yards in his career for second on the school's career list, and that's pretty much after missing his entire junior season.
Yeah.
And he'll get the first carry of the second half and down to the 45.
Yep, nice carry there. And with that, Jack moves up on the list. And like you said, John, boy, it's just so impressive that he missed almost his entire junior season and is still able to put up the numbers that he has done. But see if he can get rolling here in the second half, as he has done. We've seen him do so many times, just gaining momentum as the game goes on.
There's Jack, now second all-time in career yards as a Wadsworth ball carrier. It was to Boffman, nothing there for Bret, but boy, no one, at least in my time doing these games, will probably catch the great Drew Jones, who had over 5,000 yards rushing in his career.
His numbers were just insane. But boy, Jack has just done a great job, and that was one of the runners that Jack watched, I'm sure. I remember he was in middle school and Drew was racking up a lot of those yards. And
saying, I want to be like that, and he certainly is.
And
There's Jack with a first down, and he's wrestled down at the 45-yard line on a good tackle by Ricky Esker, number 2, the junior defensive back.
Yeah, but the Grizzlies will take that. First down, moving the chains, and boy, if they could do what they did on their first drive in the first half and just go right at the Hornets and manhandle them a little bit, get in that end zone, draw first blood here in the second half. You know, good big step towards winning this football game tonight.
Snowball again. Pushes away one defender, tries to cut it around the corner. He does. First down, Grizzlies and more. Jack Snowball down the sideline. Too close to the 10-yard line, and here it is, the Jack Snowball second half rushing show.
Yep, he's getting wound up here, and you know, this is a great carry right here. Again, you see his patience. He kind of stutter steps, uses that stiff arm, and finds the room to the outside, gets down that sideline, and Grizzlies are in business here. Ball resting on the 14-yard line.
A little delay handoff to Snowball, got the opening and just short of the goal line, but it's all Jack Snowball this drive.
Yeah, and boy, credit his offensive line. You know, these guys too, they're doing that yeoman's work. Derek Mackey's out there working hard, and Roberts and Paladar and Tavanello, the tight end, Simi, and Tyler Perry, and they're just doing a great job. Van Fleet at guard, just doing a great job up front.
And there you have a look at him.
Bret Boffman in the backfield throwing those good blocks from the fullback spot.
This is Boffman. He surges forward. Did he get in? Boy, the
Grizzlies
refs are
signaling it, but the refs are not.
They're on about the not even half-yard line.
Yeah, followed Boffman following Nick Miller that time, as Jack Snowball likes to follow Boffman. I'm sure Bret takes some comfort following number 47, Nick Miller.
Let's see what happens here with the full house backfield if Alec keeps it. Nope, they'll give it to Jack, and he just scampers forward and gets the score. So Jack Snowball with his third touchdown tonight. He has 21 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Well, it's a great way to start the second half for the Grizzlies. Come right out here, take the ball right down the field, right at the Highland Hornets, nothing fancy, and able to get into the end zone. See if Clay Smalley can get his fourth extra point tonight.
He does, just enough over the crossbar, and 28-7. Wadsworth jumps out on top.
Boy, that's great. Now the defense has to come out and do the same thing, John. They got to get out here and keep this momentum going, get after these Hornets and get that ball back. Part of that great game plan that the Grizzlies, that winning formula that they like so well, is to keep those offensive stars on the opponent's side on the sideline, keep them over there with their coaches, keep the ball out of their hands, and that's a good way to do it. With the defense on and off the field,
and
long sustained drives.
Yep, and that one, after Snowball punched it in, now 26 carries on the night for 162 yards and the 3 touchdowns. Ball caught at the 15, and a good job by C.J. Edwards there, tackling the return man.
Well, C.J. Edwards has done a nice job all year on the special teams, as well as in the Grizzlies secondary, getting down there again on the special teams, making a nice tackle.
You saw Coach Brian Wagner there, former NFL punter, on the coaching staff for the Highland Hornets and the husband of Robin Swoboda.
All right, John, here's the Grizzly defense now. Got to do their part.
Scholl throwing. Got rid of it. Ball popped up incomplete, intended for Corey Moncole, the sophomore receiver.
Yep, Nate Winkler right there to quickly break that one up. And boy, the Grizzlies almost came up with another interception as that ball popped up and Chester Foth hustled over from the safety spot.
A hold on the Hornets. Enough can't be said too, Roger, the workmanlike job done by junior Matt Alec at the quarterback position tonight, just keeping control of the Grizzly offense.
Yeah, and I think it's those situations. He's not going to have to win this game, but you know, if he can go out and manage the game and then throw, you know, a nice pass here and there like he's done, you know, that's going to get it done with the great running game the Grizzlies have. You know, defenses play that run, and that opens up the play-action pass, and Matt's a good passer, and he threw a great pass in the first half to Gordon for the long one.
Not a pleased look on the face of Coach Lombardo of the Hornets so far. Scholl keeping it, and the Grizzlies there to stop him. Boffman on the initial hit with help from Ryan Wise.
Yeah, and that's the good thing that right there you see it that the Grizzlies did against Copley. They got so many guys to the ball that they can shut down a star like Turner or Scholl, and they just did it again right there. Get as many guys around him as you can.
Scholl going to throw it again. In trouble, and he's back inside the 5. There's Tabanello into the end zone. Goes Scholl. That should be a safety.
Boy, he's there. He's going to be right on the 1 yard line. But what a great job by the defense. And you know, you can see they're learning how to play Scholl. Those guys, you know, they kind of controlled themselves as they came in.
Here it is.
And boy, they just did a great job of keeping their pads out, keeping their balance. And then once he committed, then they converged on him and made the sack. Great play.
Boy, on the replay, it sure looked like the top of Scholl's body fell into the end zone. Here comes Scholl, though. Down the sideline, he is going to go all the way on a 3rd and 34 for the touchdown. "98-yard touchdown run on 3rd and a million."
Yeah, nothing fancy either. They just ran the quarterback keep there and just found room to the outside. And boy, he's just so fast, and he just got outside, broke containment, and made a great play right down the sideline. So with that, he pulls the Hornets back within 2 touchdowns.
Here's Joe Simonis with the extra point. So what looked like could have been called a safety, no good on the extra point, 28-13, but looked like it could have been called a safety and wasn't. Ball brought out to the 2, and Scholl takes it 98 yards.
99-yard run there, so but great job, and you know, more importantly for the Hornets, he's brought them back within 2 touchdowns. So breathed some life into them when they were on the verge of being knocked out. So great play there by Jerry Scholl. And like we say so many times, John, sometimes you tip your hat to the other guy. He's a talented young man. He doesn't need much. He gets out in space and you know, he can take it the distance, and he showed his great athleticism right there and great speed. So great play there by Jerry Scholl and the Hornets. 7:38 now. See what the Grizzlies can do when they get the ball back.
Well, at the end of the night, that run will certainly pad the stats of Jerry Scholl.
Yeah, he is quite impressive. I gotta watch this kick.
Yep, that one off the hand of Nick Curvin, but it looks like the Grizzlies were there to cover it. They're not going to fall asleep for that onside kick like they did last week against Talmadge.
No, and isn't it funny? When's the last time we've seen a deep kickoff to any of the Wadsworth return men? Teams just aren't doing it anymore.
Nope.
They've watched those guys return too many, so everybody's choosing just for the short kickoff. And again, you can do that, but the Grizzlies have the ball now on the 38-yard line, which is...
Well, after that touchdown run by Scholl, he now has 9 carries for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns, and of course 98 of that 166 on that last play. A reverse, and then flip back to Alec by Gordon, and open out there is Nate Winkler going to the 20, 15, 10, and just out of bounds. But what a play, a reverse and then a flip back to Matt Alec. It went to Snowball, to Gordon, and back to Alec for the great pass to a wide open Winkler.
And I'll tell you, Gordon really made a nice play to get that ball back to Alec.
And look at the throw.
And then Alec makes a nice throw, good catch there, and right back are the Grizzlies. And boy, I'll tell you, Coach
that's how you
Dennison,
answer.
Yeah, and he has a knack for calling that play. We've seen him run it every year, and he always seems to know the right time to call that play. And just when the Hornets were getting momentum back, the Grizzlies are knocking on the door.
And this is Snowball. Fourth touchdown of the night for Jack Snowball.
Wow, just like that, to come right back with a quick score of their own is huge. And the Highland crowd was so excited here a minute ago. Now they're right back to where they were, down by 3 touchdowns.
Jack Snowball now with 22 touchdowns on the season.
Really?
The old flea flicker.
The old flea flicker. And I'll tell you, that play's been in the playbook forever. And like I said, Coach Dennison just has a knack to
know when to use it.
When to use
and
that,
boy,
and he always seems to do it at the
9
right
times
time.
out of 10 it works. Clay Smalley now 5 for 5 on the extra points tonight.
Yeah, great job by Clay coming in and kicking those extra points. It's nice to know he's a reliable field goal kicker and a PAT kicker.
Yeah, most teams don't have that after your #1 kicker. Escudero was out of practice all week preparing for the Grizzlies soccer team's playoff game that happened last night. So Smalley getting the action tonight. He's done great.
Yeah, making the most of his opportunities. So 7:15 now left in the third quarter. Boy, it's been an exciting game, John. A lot of big plays, some great athletes playing here tonight. Nice crowd on hand. The weather's held up for us.
Off squibs one to the 15. And it's Kent Masters on the return.
More in the middle. 1's in, 5. 1, 5. 1, 5. 1, 5. Let's go.
All right, Grizzly defense got to get back out here, and they got to hold them now. They can't continue to give up big plays. You don't want to keep giving them those quick scores and those opportunities like that. So much of it's just keeping a lid on Jerry Scholl.
Matt Alec now 2 for 3 for 113 yards. And Masters gets away from the Grizzlies, and the ball is stripped out and goes out of bounds. Nice play by Nick Seamy.
Nice job there by Nick ripping the ball out. The Hornets are going to take that every time. They get a first down, nice gain. They need to move that ball, and they need to move that ball in a hurry. 7 minutes left. Down by 3 scores.
There's a quick out, and that ball incomplete to Corey Moncole.
Yeah, Corey again just made that mistake. He turned his head before the ball was secured. Just trying to gain yards before he had the ball, possession of the football. So Hornets are quickly back up at the on the line.
Just want to give to Masters again.
Bring up now, see where they mark it about 3rd down and 6 yards here. The Grizzlies would love to get off the field now. Hold them on this down. They're going to go from the eye.
And Scholl going to keep it, and Tavanello and Boffman there to stop it.
Yeah, short of the first down now, so see what they do. If they're going to go for it here, Coach Lombardo down by 3 scores, 3rd quarter. And they are going to line the offense up. Now the Grizzlies got to watch the football. They got to watch the hard count. And I would guess number 8's going to carry the ball here if it's going to. Yep.
And it's Scholl getting the first down.
Yep, it's going to be a first down. To go with the quarterback keep. And that was a gutsy call there by Coach Lombardo, but again, down by 3 scores. He's going to have to take some gambles now.
Tight stack. Deuce left. Tight deuce left. Our gun. Pass.
Scholl to throw it. This time Moncole catches at the 45. Good tackle by Nate Winkler.
Grizzly defensive backs are going to have to continue to keep those receivers in front of them, even if they're making catches for 5-6 yards. Keep them in front of you. Make them work for their yards, and let time run off that clock.
Tight stack green.
This is Scholl keeping it again after the fake to Masters. And Scholl looking like he just wants to start taking over on offense here.
Yeah, and as he should. He's the cog that makes this offense go. He's the big play, the home run hitter. And you know, if they're going to get themselves back into this, it's you can bet he's going to be the catalyst.
Deuce, tight deuce.
Hitch and go, hitch and go, hitch and go.
Hitch and go, hitch and go. Hitch and go, stop him.
Pump fake and going for the corner. Caught incomplete though, just in front of the front pylon on the far side of the field.
Yeah, nice job by Nate Winkler. They did a little hitch and go. Scholl made the pump fake to try to get the defensive back, in that case Nate Winkler, to freeze his feet, but Nate did a nice job closing the gap in coverage and forcing an incompletion. So 2nd and 10. Boy, another drop pass, John. I'll tell you that there's been 2 or 3 different drop passes where Scholl's put the ball right on the money, and those receivers are just not coming up with some of these catches that they need to be making. They just went hitch that time, and
yeah,
they easily could have had 8 yards. So now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
And these Hornets recent years have made a habit of manufacturing some quality receivers, but they are having a little case of the drops tonight. 3rd and 10. Scholl keeps it after the fake, and he's dropped. It'll be 4th down. Hornets will have to go for it, I imagine.
Yeah, they're going to go for it, and that's nice though, because they got a ways to go. It's going to be 4th and about 9 right here, and see what Coach Kierovic comes up with. as far as defense now. It's what's tricky. You know, you would assume it's going to be a pass, but not necessarily with Scholl's running ability.
Watch the out.
Scholl straight back. Rush is coming from Simi. Scholl in trouble and sacked. A double sack there by Simi and Tyler Perry.
Yep. Came flying in there. Great job. And I'll tell you, that's a great defensive call by the Grizzly coaches. Rob Karavik, they brought pressure. They disrupted the play right there. They made Scholl take his eyes off downfield. And once he did that, boy, there was a host of Grizzlies right there to meet him. And great job. Great defense. And now the Grizzlies, if they can go ball control, keep that ball away from that Highland offense, grind out some first downs and eat some time off that clock.
Got a little hold up here.
The referees have us stop for a second. Looks like they have things straightened out, ready to go.
And now we're ready. And a flag. Gonna be a false start.
Yeah. He's gonna have to go 15 now for the first down, and you don't want to eliminate those mistakes. You don't want to help them out now.
There's Jack. First down and more into Highland territory.
Boy, what a nice run. What a nice run. North-south, picks up the first down. Boy, we see him gaining that speed, John. Gaining that momentum as the game goes on.
Gonna get it again. Into the 45. Got about 4 yards on that one.
Yep, nice pickup. That's what they'll tell you. They'll take it every time. 5 yards. First down. Nice gain. Keep that clock moving. Chew that clock up now. Shorten the game in the second half.
See on the replay there, Jack just slipped up a little. He could have gotten some more yardage. Second and about 4. Snowball slips but corrects himself. Pops out of the pile. Into the end zone. Jack Snowball, touchdown number 5.
Wow. He's putting on a show tonight. He's putting on a great show tonight.
23 touchdowns on the ground this season for Jack Snowball, and just keeps racking up that career yardage.
Yeah, he really does. And that was a great run. And once he broke into the second level, he just froze Jerry Scholl. He stutter-stepped, and Scholl froze, and Jack went right down the sideline for another touchdown. Great run. And again, credit his offensive line. Those guys are doing a fabulous job up front.
Extra point. Clay Smalley got another. 42-13.
Boy, how about that offense tonight? This coming right after the Hornets. I talked to Coach Dennison this week about how he said that the senior leaders really stepped up after a disappointing loss. And, I know the players feel like they didn't give their best performance last week and disappointing, but that's behind you, and you just got to move forward, and they did.
All right, talk about bouncing back.
Yep, and that's what's nice about having seniors on your team that can provide that leadership, that can provide that spirit that, hey, we lost one, but that's behind us. We got to move forward. We got to make the playoffs. And that determination and that work ethic that they showed this week paid off with a great performance tonight.
Well, Jack Snowball now 242 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Grizzlies doing all they can to secure that playoff spot. One more to go after this one, though, at Nordonia next Friday. And we'll be there to finish out the regular season.
Looking forward to going to Nordonia and seeing their newly refurbished stadium. Heard it's very nice there. Haven't been there yet since they've redone it.
Go weak, go weak, go weak.
I remember last time we were there, partner, it was about 100 degrees. They had us in a
sweat box. That was a sauna.
No windows. That was a tough one.
Liz. This is a keep formation. Keep.
That's
There it is. Keep.
Make a tackle.
Scholl, there he goes.
There's going to be a penalty in the backfield, though. I'm not sure what the penalty's going to be, but could be a holding there.
You can't hit him.
Anthony Pappas and Justin Foss on that last stop.
Yep, they're going to walk it off here against the Hornets. A lot of penalties tonight, John.
Pitch out.
A sideline warning here as well against the Hornets, so the referee backing the sidelines up. Highland fans aren't too happy about that.
Sideline warning against the Hornets.
Pro gun.
Now we're ready to go. Nice snap. Scholl whips one out off the top of the fingertips of the intended receiver, Nick Kruchek.
Hey.
A complete pass stops the clock with 2:30 now.
QB counter. Keep.
Scholl hands off. This one to Kent Masters, the Missouri move-in.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. I'd rather have the ball in Masters' hands than Scholl's hands, though, any day. If they're going to do that, they can do that the rest of the night, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because one touch could mean 6 more points for the Hornets.
Yeah, for number 8, he can take that any time.
There we go.
Ball's loose, and Austin Adams quickly gets back there and pounces on it.
Well, good pressure again by the Grizzlies. And looks like Nick Seamy in there again. Boy, he's had a good game tonight. Tyler Perry, both the outside linebackers for the Grizzlies have had a great night tonight. Making a lot of plays. And perimeter play has been so tough trying to contain Jerry Scholl, but they've done a great job tonight and come up with some big plays. Good pressure.
Fair catch called for, and at the 45-yard line, Grizzlies will take over. Look at that jersey there, Roger.
Yeah. It's dusted up a little bit. I'll tell you again, it's nice. I'll tell you, they did a good job on this field tonight, because I thought it was really just going to be a sloppy mess.
Mud puddle, yep.
Yeah, they did a nice job.
Snowball.
I know, John, they were scheduled to play a middle school game this week, and then a
freshman game yesterday. Yeah, they moved it.
They moved both of them. Yeah, we played them at home at the middle school. And And then they moved the freshman game as well. So that was nice because it's so much rain we got in the middle of the week. Grizzlies going to take their time now. This is where quarterback should be watching the clock, letting it run down.
Yep.
That's what Matt's doing now. He's just watching the referee, and then that back judge tells him when there's 5 seconds left.
Snowball gets it again. First down, and Jack's over 250 yards on the night. His season high and career high is 284 yards, which came in week 2 against Worcester.
Yes, certainly had a big night here tonight, and still having time to move on.
Seven seconds left. Could be the last play of the third quarter. And it's Snowball to the 26-yard line. That'll bring the end of the third quarter. Wadsworth leading 42-13.
The Wadsworth City Schools have a proud tradition and long-standing history of providing a quality education to our community's children. For many years, Wadsworth students have benefited from their experiences in the classroom, athletics, and the arts.
As a 1975 graduate of Wadsworth High School, I feel my academic experiences here at Wadsworth City Schools gave me a strong academic foundation and has served me well throughout college, through optometry school, and really throughout my life. My sons have been very well blessed with their education here at Wadsworth High School and are doing very well in college. I'm also grateful to live in a community that values education and supports its youth.
My experiences participating in a variety of school activities helped me build confidence, leadership skills, and many friendships that have lasted a lifetime. I encourage voters to continue the school support that made experiences like these possible.
My participation in athletics at Wadsworth High School led to some truly once-in-a-lifetime experiences that I will never forget. I ask community members to continue their support of the Wadsworth schools so that young athletes can have the same opportunities that I did.
Please help our community continue the tradition of excellence in academics, athletics, and the arts, and give our students of today a strong foundation for a bright tomorrow. Vote for Wadsworth City Schools on November 8th.
All right, fourth quarter underway here. One play has been run, not much anything there. Give you some statistics here. Jack Snowball now 260 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jerry Scholl 13 carries, 192 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Grizzlies marching again, 3rd and 3 on the Highland 25.
Again, Matt Alec just watching the back judge. He tells him 5 seconds. He makes his call.
Snowball gets it, pushing away some defenders, trying to cut it around the corner. And he slides out of bounds inside the 20.
Yep, there's that Snowball stiff arm we see so many times. They're just creating space, getting that first down, keeping the ball in the possession of the Grizzlies. John, while we had the break, we saw the levy commercial as we get closer to the levy for the Wadsworth City Schools, the operating levy. And just happy to say all the talk about around the levy. Wadsworth City Schools, the highest performing district in Medina County and the lowest spending.
A little delay handoff there to Jack, and inside the 15-yard line he goes.
Jack Snowball takes up about 4.5 yards on that play. And stopped by Brandon Carpenter.
Another good carry there as the clock continues to roll now. Grizzlies just going to take their time here.
And the Grizzlies, should they punch it in here, Roger, we're going to see some backups.
Yeah. They just done such a good job tonight. See if they can get in that end zone one more time here.
Here's Snowball to the 10. And we'll get our first substitution. Cody Fox going to come in the game for Mitch Gordon.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd down and 2 here.
Anybody else need them? Hands up.
Grizzly offensive line doing a good job keeping junior quarterback Matt Alec on his feet tonight. Hornets haven't. And there's Snowball lowering the boom, pushes the ball forward. Did it cross the goal line? It did.
Yep.
6 touchdowns on the night for Jack Snowball.
What a performance, I'll tell you. And again, that offensive line, you just can't say enough. Those guys really responded to the challenge. Getting beat by Talmadge last week and not having their best performance, you could tell that didn't sit well with them. They worked hard and they came out here tonight determined that they were going to set things straight.
Smalley looking for his 7th extra point of the night and solidly boots it through. 49-13.
Boy, what a performance tonight. Outstanding. John, while we have a minute, going back to the levy talk, and some of the talk I heard this week, one gentleman voiced the concern. You don't need sports. You don't need sports in this community. And no, I guess, we don't need them. But when you come to a game like this and you see the support, the excitement, and you think about the experience this creates for young people and how important it is, boy, it's just such an integral part of what we do. And hopefully the voters will support this levy on November 8th.
Well, and just the tradition alone, and then what each player or student athlete, I should say, gets out of it individually as far as life experience and learning what it means to be a teammate and becoming a young man and supporting your fellow friends. I mean, boy.
Yeah, these are memories that last a lifetime and just great lessons.
That boot goes through the arms of Anthony Double, and then he's hammered by Nick Miller.
Nice special teams tackle, but yeah, we have on the commercial there Bobby Jones, former Grizzly heavyweight wrestling champion and great Grizzly football player that went on to play at Penn State and in the NFL. And just like he says, those are once-in-a-lifetime experiences and just so important and such a great part of a young person's education and experience at Wadsworth.
And with that last touchdown run, Jack Snowball now has a career high 285 yards rushing on the night and 6 touchdowns. Topped his performance against Worcester earlier this season. Ball loose, Wadsworth pointing, saying they've got it, and they do.
Yep, great job by the defense. Get out there, and like Chester Falk coming up with the football. Now 9:18 left, and you see, looks like Martise Jackson's going to come in at the tailback spot. You mentioned Cody Fox out there.
And we're going to see Clay Smalley get out there.
Yeah, Rob, get your JV online.
I see all kind of extra players coming in here, so.
Yeah. Looks like Clay Smalley's going to be in there at one of the receiver spots.
Yep, Drew Starr. And Martise Jackson's got it, but he's getting pushed back and then tackled. On the tackle, Mark Vitko, a junior linebacker.
Martise did the good thing, stayed inbounds, keep that clock running.
Martise came into tonight 120 yards rushing on the season. And you see Jack Snowball there, his night over, and what a night it was.
What a night it was, boy. It was one of the best performances we've seen from a running back.
Look at all those clean jerseys.
Looks like number 75, Alex Infantino's in there at the
got
line
the
spot.
JV lineman in there now.
Yep, get those guys some experience here and get them some snaps.
Hayden Frisbee
Drew
in there
Stark.
at guard.
Yep.
This is Martise. Nick Winkler in there at fullback, the younger brother of Nate.
Alex Carroll, number 61, threw a nice block right there from the guard spot, pulling around the end.
See Josh Lee, sophomore guard. Alex Carroll.
Looks like a new center just came in there. It's
Roberts leaving.
Andy Nardo.
Andy Nardo, a sophomore, 6 foot, 171 pounds. And Brad Virgin, the senior, in at quarterback. Hands off to Martise Jackson.
Yeah, good job there by the Grizzlies to push forward. It's going to be 4th down. Too close to punt. Probably too far for a field goal, so Grizzlies probably just run a play right here and run the ball most likely.
Brad Virgin looking at the referee, keeping track of the play clock. Martise Jackson trying to get outside, and he's stuffed short, but they're going to throw the flag, and could be a horse collar call on Brandon Carpenter, the senior standout defender for the Hornets.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a horse collar here. It should be a 1st down for the Grizzlies and give them an opportunity to keep that ball and keep that clock rolling. So fans start filing out now. The stadium here.
Number 11 here on the horse collar. Here's the replay. 11 on 11 as Carpenter peeled off.
Yeah, he grabbed the pads right there, the back of the pads.
Yep, and
reached in and used that to bring him down. So.
Carpenter, a senior and a 2nd-team All-Suburban Leaguer last season. He was at Holy Name his freshman year was Brandon Carpenter. Then he transferred back to Highland.
Yeah, John, they called that, I guess, on the Grizzlies. I don't know. I didn't see what he must have called, maybe a face mask or something.
Oh, wow.
On Wadsworth, so it's going to be Highland ball. 6:44 left. A lot of new faces out there on the Grizzly defense.
So the fullback gets the carry there. Not sure why Highland's keeping the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean,
looking at some of the new faces out here for the Grizzlies.
Take a look at the offensive linemen all hanging out there. And
they did a nice job tonight. Be proud of their efforts.
A burst through run there by number 30, Anthony Double, a backup running back.
Another penalty from the other side of the field here. We got Jamison Williams in there at safety, at the free safety spot.
Alex Infantino, the junior, getting in.
Nick Winkler getting some time at the linebacker spot. Linebacker spots. Brad Virgin also in there, looks like an outside linebacker.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Grizzlies.
Yeah. I want to help them out now. Jake Camper, one of the defensive linemen in there. Chandler Martinez.
Double again, nice tackle there as C.J. Edwards makes it.
Looks like C.J.'s made his last tackle for the night as he heads over to the Grizzly sideline. looser coming in.
Scholl now under center. It's to Double again, who has the hot hand right now. Does Anthony Double, the senior running back, and here's the replay of that one. Anthony Double. As Wadsworth now has 6 penalties and 66 yards. Double, number 30, 650 pounds, and a senior. He rejoined the Highland football team this season after 2 years of helping the boys' soccer program. He led the soccer team in scoring last season. And a good stop there on Double carrying the ball there. No, that was number 20, Ryan Labenthal.
Chandler Martinez made a nice stop there from one of the defensive line spots.
Chandler, a 5'8", 219-pound sophomore defensive tackle. Scholl throwing, complete to Alex Coran.
Glad the weather held off tonight. Boy, more rain on the field would have made it sloppy, but it's kind of nice. The rain tapered off and just kind of sprinkled a little bit in the late afternoon, and that was it.
Ball at the 9-yard line now. Anthony Double gets it, finds a hole, touchdown for the Hornets. Anthony Double. And it's 49-19.
Looks like the Hornets are going to go for 2 here.
For Scholl here, yep. Scholl going to keep it, lob it, wide open. Austin Adams for the 2-pointer to make it 49-21.
Well, we have a second, John. Thank our statisticians. John Thompson.
Press box security.
Mark Carr.
Yep.
The team film guy is Mr. Doug Gilbert. Does all the Grizzly films that the football players and coaches watch.
Is that nice pass earlier tonight from Alec to Gordon?
Yeah,
showing the drive of the game.
Yeah, that
capped off
was
by
a big play of the game.
Jack Snowball touchdown, 1 of 6 on the night.
They got a heavy dose of Jack Snowball tonight. And again, just a great job, great team effort by the Grizzlies to come back after a hard loss with Talmadge, and they did just what they could do. You just get up, dust yourself off, you tip your hat to the other guy, but you got to roll your sleeves up and go back to work, and they did that.
See what Joe Simonis does here with the kickoff.
Got the good hands
showing the onside kick, and he just pooches one up over the head of Boffman, but he goes back and catches it at the 30, and Boffman's still on his feet to the 42.
Yeah, Bret wanted to return that one. He what the heck with taking a knee, I'm going to run this thing back.
So Grizzlies doing what they needed to do tonight to stay in the playoff hunt, still have a chance to possibly share the Suburban League title.
Yeah, they really did. That's the mark of several things. You got senior leadership, you got a well-coached team, you got experienced coaches that just tell them, hey, it's over. Every team goes through that type of adversity. You come out, you don't have a good game. It's upsetting, but you control what you can control. You come back, you go to work, and you make it right the next week.
Look at the Suburban League standings coming into week 9 here tonight. So the Grizzlies will be 5-1 in the league and have to hope that Talmadge slips up here one of these last two ball games against Copley and Green.
And neither one of those teams, you know, now Copley's without Turner, their star running back.
Yeah, he broke his ankle last week in the.
They're not short of stars. They still got some kids and some weapons, and then certainly Green.
Green beat Copley 42-21 last week.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs certainly capable of putting a big game together. And, you know, these guys are 15, 16, 17 years old here, John, you know, so it's always hard when you're going undefeated and you're in the league. You're trying to finish the season out, have a slip up.
Here's Martise Jackson as got Tony Rizzo over here just raving about the kielbasa and sauerkraut sandwich here at Highland Stadium.
He knows. The Riz has been around here. He knows all the good concession stands in Northeast Ohio.
These are all updates up here, so I don't know if that's still.
Now under 3 minutes left. Grizzlies trying to grind things out, have a 3rd and 6.
And it's Brad Virgin in their quarterback, handing off to Martise Jackson, just a little short of the first down into Highland territory at the 49. They needed to get to the 48.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 4th down here. Grizzlies going to have to turn the ball over.
And you saw the shot there of the home Highland stands still full, and that's due to the fact the band is putting on a light stick show tonight after the ball game.
Yeah. You know, some folks have cleared out, but a lot have stayed, and then there's also maybe some of the folks that have cleared out of the stands are still standing over because there's a lot of people standing along the fence and around the concession area.
Yeah, believe me, they're not sticking around to see the end of this one. They're waiting for that band show after the game.
Yeah, grab the kielbasa and watch the light stick show.
So
timeout here on the field. Grizzlies lined up like they were going to go for it here on 4th down. And Coach Lombardo wanted to make sure he had the defense set.
Coach not gonna tie that all-time wins record as a Highland coach here tonight. He could do it next week as Highland finishes out the regular season against Cloverleaf. And we will head over to Macedonia next Friday as Grizzlies hope to finish out the season 9-1 with a win over the Knights of Nordonia.
Yeah, now with this win, it should give the Grizzlies enough points for the playoffs, assuming they take care of business next week.
The punt from Foth hits at the 20. And Grizzlies will down it inside the 20-yard line. Here's all 6 of Jack Snowball's touchdowns tonight. Obviously player of the game. There's number 1. And that'll be 2. 3. Fourth TD. Jack Snowball touchdown number 5 on the night. It was a doozy. And the final one, putting him over 200 or putting him at about 285 yards on the night, a career high for Jack Snowball and a win for the Grizzlies.
Boy, they put on a great show tonight. Again, credit that offensive line and all the guys at fullback. Bret Boffman had a great night blocking. And, just an outstanding job all the way around. The receivers blocking downfield. Matt Alec doing a good job stepping in for John Kuss.
Yep. And this is Austin Gonser.
Penalty flags fly again.
So
Highlands playoff hope still alive as well.
oh yeah, they were 4th coming into this one. They may drop a couple, but
It's always nice to get a few teams from
with
the
a win
Suburban
over
League into the playoffs.
win over Cloverleaf, they would become 7-3, but they're in that weaker Division II Region 6, so they may stay in that top 8 and qualify for a Week 11 game. Wadsworth, boy, really hoping to get one of those top 4 spots, being 9-1.
Be at home.
Get that home game, round 1.
And that would be what, on Saturday night,
Yep.
November 5th.
Division I plays their playoff games on Saturday nights.
They'll take care of business next week.
Yep.
Going make sure they have a good hard week of practice and get ready to.
And Wadsworth, boy, next week you see on STO, Roger, St. Ed's at St. Ignatius.
Ooh, boy, that's a great.
But
every year.
Wadsworth with the 49 points tonight, Roger. That's a season high, capping the 45 they scored in Week 1 in the win over Ashland.
Yeah, boy, they put it all together here tonight with the running game. And it's even more impressive when you think that's without John Kuss and his great running ability, and just a great job there by the offense tonight and the defense as well. They did a nice job. We said you can never really totally shut down a star like Jerry Schul, but you can limit what he does, and they certainly did that tonight. They did a nice job there. Clock winding down now, John. 44 seconds.
Highland hurting themselves with the penalties tonight. 9 penalties for 87 yards on the Hornets.
Yeah, there were a lot of penalties tonight.
30 seconds left in this one. And we'd like to thank, again, Classic Teleproductions providing us the video coverage tonight, and our fellas down in the truck operating WCTV control, John Madding and Colin Wright.
Yep.
So we'll have our regular crack crew next weekend.
We'll be back at it.
Yep. At Nordonia, as the clock is going to read 0, and the final score will be Wadsworth 49, Highland 21. And the Wadsworth Grizzlies improved to 8-1 on the season, and they are now